Welcome back to Klonoa, Empire of Dreams, with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So I am just going to cover the bosses now, for the main thing, because the gameplay is fairly similar, not always the same. The second world is actually a circus sort of world, so similar to the, dare I even say, the Julian Fun Park. So we are dealing with this giant, whatever this is, kind of looks like a bird with a mouth on its head. But anyway, what we have to do is use the updrafts to actually damage it and hit it in its belly. So yeah, that's basically it. But the other thing I've noticed is the boomies do actually return in the game, and they function exactly the same way, so yeah. Another thing I know, Klonoa can actually hit the bosses, just like in the main games, by just hitting them with the enemies, as long as he's holding them. And as before, it turns back into another citizen who's been dreaming again. This one kind of looks like, this one's called Musica, apparently. Yeah, although she kind of looks like, I thought she looked a bit like Queen Bean Bean from the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, if you know what I mean. Second boss, well, we'll see, is something that's inside a cave, seemingly, the third world. Even though some of it, half of it, well, not half of it, but some of it takes place above ground. So what we're dealing with, a giant crocodile or something? Yeah, seriously, and the way to damage it is to actually wait until it starts chomping towards you. Again, the boss will also send down various things while he's digging. There is also a little helpful hint as to where the boss will appear, because there's an arrow that appears. But yeah, another way of avoiding the fiery rocks coming from above is that you can actually climb these chains and then the boss will come down. Sadly, there's no way to damage the boss while he is doing that, but never mind. Rather difficult maneuver, I dare say, with that, but yeah. Never mind. I wonder what this boss will turn into then. Seriously. Well, we'll see in a moment. He turns back into a Chirin, apparently, who was apparently, I don't even see, Inuit? No, as a chef. Well, it's quite a change from Kawasaki, I'll give him that. Well, never mind. No, I think you, no, Kawasaki was a terrible cook, dare I say. Oh my god. Don't diss carrots, mate, they taste delicious and very crunchy. Apparently there is a new mechanic in this game, with the boxes. Apparently these boxes can also float, which was not a thing in the, of course, the, dare I say, regular games, so I'm not willing to leave that in. In addition, it seems we are dealing with some gravity shifters. In a similar way to, dare I say it, Sonic 3 and Knuckles and, dare I say, Mega Man. I wouldn't say Super Mario Galaxy, but no, this game came out before Super Mario Galaxy, around the same time as Klonoa 2. Maybe a couple of years after Klonoa 2, so yeah. So yeah, that is interesting. And also maybe Castle of Illusion with Mickey Mouse. Yes, I still remember that game on the Sega Mega Drive. It's also got a remake in HD, which was rather short-lived, to be honest, even if it did have the music of Grant Kirkhope. Seriously, he actually did some music for a Disney game of all things. Anyway, that being said, that's only another of the new abilities we get with Klonoa. Apparently this is a fountain world? Okay. Let's look at the boss of World 4, I guess. You heard something, Klonoa? Well, what is it then? Can't be a giant... Okay, this is even weirder than the giant chomper thing. Apparently Dr. Medim. Yeah. That is the essence of fighting bosses, Klonoa. So basically this is a giant... another belly monster. But this time they send out moves all over the place. So yeah, and its weak point is the head. The arrows will show where each of the moves will go. That little speck there, that is actually the boss flying about, trying to tip you into the water. Seriously, what is this? That thing? Doesn't matter. But yes, use the arrows to send the moves onto the boss's head. And yeah, that is your big hint for this boss. So yeah. And also keep Klonoa out of the water. I don't think he can swim very well. So yeah. Also the arrow on the top of the screen is moving back and forth, so that might be a bit hard if you're like me, have bad timing. Oh boy. So what does this Dr. Medim actually look like then? Well, we'll see in a moment. He looks like a Pokemon. Fair enough. Oh no, yeah, it does look like a Pokemon. Maybe a cross between that and a Pianta. But yeah, very weird. It actually looks a bit more sinister than his big belly face self. Oh, never mind. Turns out, Julius might well be possessed by something. Seriously. This game's version of dark matter kind of looks like it, actually. So, with Julius, what you have to do is, let's see, you will send out a wind attack, but, and then the screen warps, apparently. Again with the whole gravity shit. Seriously, and sends out waves of energy there. Sends out two other things again. So to damage the big eye in the sky, we have to fling the moves at him, so yeah. It kind of reminds me a bit of the Joker boss fight in the Sun Kingdom, but nothing as permanent, shall we say, as in damaging the boss as that, but never mind. Throw you, lose some thing there, and then warp the thing back to normal. Then there's a load of electricity coming down, of course there is. That's gonna hurt me. The electricity, the thunder is preceded by the thing. Kind of like with Donkey Kong Country 3, actually, in that regard. So yeah, that is somewhat easy to avoid. Not completely easy, but yeah. So that's that, I guess. Throw them back at him, and there we go. We walk back to reality, and what will happen? The eyeball flies off, and King Julius pretty much vanishes. Yay! And apparently Julius is awakened, I guess. Weren't you suffering from insomnia? Oh, okay. What do you mean? Well, he must go to the other worlds with a purpose. Although, I still don't get Hugo being in here. And yes, his assistant Bagoo is actually the bad guy. Seriously. I would sing the Agatha all along, but I won't. It was Bagoo all along. Great, he's the big bad. Well, let's get to the final boss, shall we? Bagoo is, for in a similar way to, dare I say, Guardius. Seriously, we're on a giant wheel, and he is sending up various things here. He's turned into a weird thing there, and like with Guardius, he will send down various moves and whatnot, and you can pick them up and damage him. Okay, fair enough. If anything, this does look a bit easier than Guardius, because you didn't have that giant thing that warps you out out to the top of the wheel, where Guardius keeps damaging you and everything. But yeah, this is fairly similar to Guardius, if you ask me. And it's moving in a similar way to the final Guardius boss fight and everything. complete with the shape-shifting things and everything. Yeah, this could be easily, and the fact that the boss actually has a mask, just like Guardius did. Yeah, it's not going to tease us with something like Nahatomb, is it? Actually being the real big bad or whatever. The thing that Guardius actually wanted to revive Endorser Phantom Isle. Well, we'll see in a moment once we have defeated this boss. So yeah. Also, I like the fact that this game's equivalent of the Parthenon from in Greece is appearing in the background. Yeah, seriously. And then I do like the warping effect as well. Reminds me of so many 16-bit games on the maybe more the SNES than the Sega Mega Drive. But there you go. Then damage the weird-looking wheel there, and then we get the second phase, I guess. Or maybe not! It looked like there was going to be a second phase there. And with Bagoo defeated, Klonoa, well, I'm guessing Julius is going to die. Which is kind of sad, though it does follow the series in being mostly, even though it's very cutesy, and especially with Hupo here, it still follows a serious story as well, which I will give it some respect for. It is following the series very well, is Empire of Dreams. So for that, I'm guessing Klonoa returns to his own world and whatnot. And whatever. And then Julius dies. Or just wakes up, I don't know. Remember, I've not played this game, so yeah. And apparently it was all just a dream. Oh well, so be it. He is the dream traveler, is Klonoa.